thought you had enough to bear.
Vodka. Comrade Boris Kandinsky.
Comrade Boris Kandinsky.
Go and say goodbye to Daddy.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye, I'll see you on Saturday, okay?
We're going Franklin Ponds.
Yes.
Will Mum ride a boat with me?
Where's I told you, Mum is away.
In Egypt, so she won't be back on the ponds.
No.
Come on, you. Up to bed.
Where's, please? I love you.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye.
Come on.
So Fiona won't be here at the weekend?
No.
We have had Wes for a whole week already.
Really appreciate it, honestly.
You and Fiona are all right?
Clive, please, just take it for a couple more days. Please, do it for me.
Okay. Give her a big hug.
So how do you...
Are you trying to ask me how I feel? Numb?
You know we're all upset beyond anything we can say.
Yeah, well. Why have you got me doing chores and taking snaps of some burnt-out old traitor?
Hugo Ross was one of the biggest spies of the Soviet Union ever jailed in this country. When I was a young officer, I had the job of going to see him in jail once a month. Never gave me anything. I came to admire him. A dangerous man, of course. Did you let him spot you?
Yeah, he shouted at me, "Tell Harry Pierce I've not changed."
Hugo Ross, keeper of the communist faith.
Harry, you got me doing slops, and I know there's something big on. Just let me get back into
I'm afraid it's slops or go to Tring.
I don't need the sight tank.
That was the order from the
What's the
DG.
thinking here? Because my wife died, I'm going bonkers.
Oh, Adam, calm down.
I need some real work,
it.
something to fill the day, fill my mind. You know,
Please.
give me a buzz, not this Mickey Mouse stuff.
Adam, stick with Hugo Ross for the moment, please. Did you get the bug in his house?
Yeah, Malcolm's taking care of it. What is it with you and this old red, anyway? Okay.
Korsakov's life is one of the most extraordinary stories to come out of the new Russia. Mr. Korsakov never gives press interviews, but it's believed he never knew his father and mother. He was brought up in a state orphanage in the Russian city of Gorky. But recently, the American magazine Wealth Watch placed him as the third richest man in the world. After the collapse of Soviet Russia, he suddenly emerged as a brilliant entrepreneur. He was accused by some of using brutal and illegal means. But for a while, he was feted as a hero of the new Russia. Then, in 2001, the Kremlin launched an investigation into his business empire. He was charged with fraud and massive tax evasion. Then last year, the charges were suddenly dropped. Mr. Korsakov came to live in Britain. Well, Russia analyst Roger Vintner is with me in the studio. Roger, one foreign investor owning so much in Britain, good or bad for the country?
Anything interesting?
It's an old movie.
What?
Doghouse, 2 hours.
Adam, you look terrible. Ask Harry for a few days off. Go home.
Operation Songbird, Oleg Korsakov.
God, Adam, how do you know?
You know me, things passing through my skin. You want to tell me, you know you do.
We were given a tip-off. Oleg Korsakov may be running a mole at GCHQ Cheltenham.
Who's the tip from?
Malcolm Stackley.
How does he know?
He's obsessed with Korsakov. He had a suspicion.
Which turned out to be true.
Looks likely.
Who's the mole?
Her name is Sally Curtis. She's an analyst on a commercial desk.
What's she like?
She's single, likes clubbing, though she's in her early 30s, getting a bit old for it. Gets wasted on the weekends, but sees her mother on Tuesdays. So, good girl, bad girl.
What's she selling?
Information on British and American firms in the health sector. Deep financial analysis.
How's she dropping the material?
Electronically, from her computer.
Through GCHQ firewalls? Is that possible?
Korsakov could afford the best IT in the world.
How did he turn our Sally?
Love.
So what, Korsakov seduced her?
No, he sent a pro. Real stud. Picked her up in a club. They meet in a London hotel that Korsakov owns.
She's blown. Why haven't you lifted her yet?
Oleg Korsakov is about to make a huge investment in the NHS, not directly in his name, of course, but through various companies he owns.
So the public don't know?
Treatment's free. Ministers assume people won't care who owns the hospitals.
Flog great chunks of it off to a crook.
Adam.
It's just... You can suddenly not recognise the country you're living in.
Calm
Can this
down.
Korsakov do anything he wants?
Governments see him as a saviour. But the nightmare is that Korsakov may do in Britain what he did in Russia. Asset strip, sell off. Goodbye NHS.
Ruth, if Korsakov's the golden goose, what does the government think about us trying to bring him down?
They've told us to stop.
A direct order?
From the cabinet, yes.
And Harry and Juliet?
Have said carry on. It's desperate. The government are going to sign a deal with Korsakov next week.
So MO5 are deliberately trying to wreck a government policy? Isn't that illegal or something?
So illegal it's very nearly treason.
Why hasn't Harry told me this?
Adam.
Oh, no.
He shouldn't be here, should he?
Let him in.
Friendly visit. Donuts, anyone? Look, Zev, I know you're running this in the field. I'm just here out of interest, that's all.
That's Korsakov. The whole top floor of the hotel is reserved for him.
His technology's a nightmare. He's turned the entire top floor into a high-tech paradise. It's a very advanced version of a Faraday cage. Can stop any hostile signal getting in or out.
You found a way of getting through it, though, yeah?
Theoretically. Practically, I've no idea.
It's the boyfriend.
He's going to meet Oleg Korsakov.
This should be interesting.
He's switching the cage on.
So he must know we're bugging.
Not necessarily.
You can't risk it. You've got to pick up Sally Curtis.
It's not in our brief.
The neutralizers are on.
Just pick her up and turn her.
Adam, I need you to step out. You and I both know you're not meant to be anywhere near this op.
Adam, I think Zef's right. You shouldn't be here. Adam! Adam! I'm sorry I spoke to you like that.
No. You were right.
But you should know. I'm going to resign from the service.
Why? Because my wife died.